And then you had the Naomi versus Staten. They did that a few months ago. I believe that was in another company, and I think that's dope that they're saying. I think that's too sweet. I think it's sweet that they're saying. Excuse me. I think it's sweet that they're making a reference to other company information like that, because it's something back in the day they wouldn't do. They would just try to, act as if they never knew each other. No, guys, we've been doing this with each other for a long time, and it doesn't necessarily have to mean it's always been here. And that's something new, and that's fresh to the WWE, and here we are. Brian, what's up? Thanks for stopping in. Welcome. I'm StevenDee from Oats Family Entertainment. I take that back. Rewind. Hey, yo, it's me. It's StevenDee from Oats Fam ENT. And if you don't know by now, I'm typically here with the Fortnite live streams, but I am here daily, guys. I am here daily, and now on Saturdays, you're going to see me on the WWE podcast, just sitting here hanging out, talking about WWE, doing the highlights of Smackdown, maybe discussing a little bit of things that goes on in the other companies as well. But we're about halfway through the show at the moment. So the Naomi thing, that was dope. Then we ended up having Naomi, Bailey. Okay, I hope Bailey just squashes. But that is that's face versus face right there. So we'll see. Gwen, thanks for stopping in. How's it going, Gwen? This is my first ever WWE podcast, Gwen. I'm just sitting here talking about WWE. The highlights, Friday Night Smackdown was last night. We're about halfway through the show. I'm going over my notes, and I'm going to open it up to a couple questions. Whoever's in here hangs out with me for a thing. Author Ryan, thanks for stopping in. This is the first time I've ever done this. Duvals, thanks for stopping in. And then we go back into the back, and Paul Heyman's checking in on Jimmy Uso because they put a smacking down on him. They put the smacker down on him for sure. And Solo grabs his phone. He said, I got to call Roman. And Solo grabs his phone and says, or no, not him. Tama grabs it, breaks the phone, and says, the tribal chief, Kyle Grimes, thanks for stopping in. The tribal chief approved this. The tribal chief said for this to happen. And then Solo came in and said, listen, the tribal chief did say this. And so it's, who is the tribal chief? Are they talking about Roman, or are they talking about someone else? Someone completely new? Or are they talking about Rikishi? Or are they talking about The Rock? Guys, it could go anywhere at this point, and I'm awesome. We are in the 27th inning of the Bloodline, and it has no signs of dulling out, falling over, or quitting, and that is completely okay with Oats Family Entertainment and StevenDee, most importantly. And then we got the Theory and Waller promo. Those guys are awesome, man. Push them. Keep it going. Keep them titles on them boys. Let them just run amok. And, see where they go from there. Maybe, you push them so far they turn face all the way to the point where, keep the titles on them all the way to the point where you have the Shawn Michaels and what's his face, repeat all over, and it actually means something. Just a little point, maybe. Just saying, could happen. Then you had the Logan Paul promo, guys. He is Logan Paul, and you're supposed to hate him. And after that promo, I hated him a little bit more. No, really, I did not think it was a good promo. It was very cheesy, very corny, and I don't know. I think he's past that at this point. I think he needs to sit down in WWE mode, not I'm Logan Paul, I have all these followers and millions. No, bud, you are you are it, all right? I'm telling you. You got it. You got it on the mic. Boom. You can check it off. But don't hold on to the moniker and to the backing you had, Make your stance, keep pushing you as a WWE character. Whenever you said that a few months ago, let's roll with that. If not, that's just why Pittsburgh Steelers are better than the Cleveland Browns. And, and Prime doesn't even taste that good. And then we had the Cargill and Bianca Belair. Shout out to Bianca Belair because you are no longer the toughest, strongest, baddest, blah, blah, blah. Like, It's like stand next to Cargill and then continue your gimmick. Give it up. You're badass. That's it. You're just not the EST no more. You know, you could actually give her those boots. Give Jade those boots. But no, it's going to be interesting where they go with them two. Obviously, they will feud. They will have a big time match, and it will be awesome. That's why we're not seeing it yet. This is going to be long story term building, and I don't think it needs to be as long as the Theory and Waller build, but I think an extensive little build right there would be dope. And Cargill, I think, does obviously prove to be the strongest, baddest, toughest, because she is a man in a woman's dress. And then we had the main event, who, we kind of seen happening. And the biggest, best thing we're going to take out of this match was the Styles Clash from the top rope on to Kevin Owens, into the pin. Just proves why it's going to be Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles. And it's not LA Knight's show. No, this is StevenDee ENT's show. It's like, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so I think it will end up being AJ and Cody, because that move just alone, someone who's able to perform like that and pull something off like it. And AJ does it every time he's in the ring. And putting him in the match with Cody, and actually even having, how many times will we watch this? I'll tell you right now, I'll watch it 1,800 times. Cody and AJ are going to tear the house down. Not so much as well as Cody and LA Knight. I think LA Knight's good, and he's a very good gimmick wrestler. AJ Styles, you put him up against AJ Styles. We're trying to find Cody Rhodes' first title defense. It's not a face. It's not someone who we're cheering. We don't automatically want to have to not like Cody if we like LA Knight. You understand what I mean? So it is going to be AJ versus Cody, and let's start the build now. Why wait? It should have just been that. Maybe even, I heard AJ and LA Knight, they faced off at the end. Maybe even, have AJ hurt LA Knight to the point where LA Knight gets put on the shelf for a minute. Put him on the IR, put him on the shelf for a minute, and well, that's a freebie, guys. You're getting a freebie out of me here, because that's not one of the rights we're gonna wrong, or the wrongs we're gonna right here. That's not one of them. Needless to say, there was an awesome main event, but AJ steals it. So yeah, so the first right we're gonna wrong, or wrong we're gonna right. The first wrong we're gonna right, guys, is going to be teaming Cargill and Bianca. Just because we don't need to do that. We don't even need them to cross paths at all. And the reason why they're doing it, I don't like it. I ain't getting down with it. So it's not for me. Keep them away from each other until you have a reason to put them up against each other, and then have that match. It's possible now, guys. It's possible. Whenever Cargill started coming up and Bianca started coming up, it's like, yo, look, like, they're the same character, but, they're not. So don't treat them as such, and don't put them in the ring as such. So that's the first thing we're going to right or wrong or right on. And then the Naomi and Stratton thing, I don't know. I really don't know what's going on in the women's division right now, but really, them two. So we have Naomi and Bayley face and face. I don't know about that. I just don't know about that, guys. Hey, yo, it's me. It's StevenDee from Oats Family ENT. Guys, I'm here with the first ever WWE podcast called The First Ever Podcast, guys. You're going to see these regularly. You're going to see twice a week. Tuesday morning, Saturday, sometime. And then the biggest one, I didn't necessarily like the whole Lashley Escobar LA Knight match. You could have did Orton and Jimmy even, and then have, that would even mean Solo, losers consequences on Jimmy, and so right after that you run that pro. You know what I'm saying? So that would have made sense even so. And then Orton, like, why is Orton not